Thank you for joining me. My name is Marcel, and today I am trying another whiskey from Highwood Distillers in High River, Alberta. But before we get into that, why don't you make yourself comfy, pull up a chair, grab a glass of whatever you like, and then we'll get into a whiskey think. So this video is going to be sort of a part two to my very first one. In the first video, I did the Centennial Blend Rare Cask Series Beer Barrel Aged 11-year-old 100% wheat whiskey. This time, I am doing the Century Reserve Rare Cask Series Beer Barrel Aged 8-year-old 100% rye whiskey. So, good way to compare the difference in how grains affect the whiskey. But in my first video, I had explained how Highwood Distillers had taken a selection of their new char American oak casks and sent them off to Wild Rose Brewery in Alberta, located in Alberta as well, and then the brewery aged a Belgian blonde ale for 6 months, or Belgian blonde beer for 6 months, and then they sent the casks back to Highwood Distillers, and then they took for the wheat whiskey, they took a 10-year-old 100% wheat whiskey and then put it in half of those barrels that they had got back from the brewery. They took filled those with the wheat whiskey, and then the other half they filled with a 6-year-old 100% rye whiskey, which is this one, and then aged them both for an additional 2 years, finishing them in the beer barrels. At the time I didn't have the rye. I couldn't get my hands on it, but I finally did. I did over the holidays, so I'm excited to try, and I will likely be doing a comparison. Probably do an A/B comparison, because I still have the other bottle right here, and I got a fresh one for Christmas, which is pretty handy, seeing as how it's a limited release. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be circulating for. So good to get my hands on it now while it's around. So, going into the nose, sweet, caramelly, sort of caramel and brown sugar. Maybe slightly more of a toffee vibe than caramels. Spicy, it's not overly spicy, not like usual rye spice. It's not punchy. 46%, it's pretty soft for 46%. Sort of a sweet rye bread tone. That's really nice. Yeah, I get a bit of the beer influence. Definitely that new charred American oak is there, very oaky. Has that, you can taste the char. You can taste the char on it. Add a little bit of water. Vanillas, caramels, oak. Rye spice has a little bit of beer influence, but not much. It's very sweet and spicy. And yeah, for 46%, it doesn't punch very hard. With a little bit of water, it's more sweet bread, or a sweet rye bread. Slightly floral. Mm. A little bit of water hops up the beer influence. Yeah. I think I like it better without water. Just bottled as is, as it was intended to be drank, as they wanted to present it to you. Yeah, I like it better without water, but good. But now, for the moment of truth, head to head. This versus the Centennial Blend versus the wheat whiskey. So we're gonna go rye versus wheat. Gotta get some more Glens. Let's put this over here. I need a new one, fresh one for this. That's water. Clean the palate. All right. Oh. Bigger pour than water on that, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so we just had the rye. So go back in on the rye. Just as a refresher. Sweet. Toasted brown sugar, caramel. Yeah, kind of leaning slightly away from that toffee note that it had earlier. Now it's more so that toasted brown sugar, some caramel. Yeah, a bit more spicy. Getting a little more into it. It's a bit more spicy. Kind of grassy too. Got a little. Okay, so we have toasted brown sugar, caramel, grassy, a little rye spicy. And by a little rye spicy, I mean it's rye spicy because it's 100% rye. So it better be rye spicy. Oh. On the palate, oak char. That charred oak is very prominent in it. Slight beer influence. Could be the beer influence could be hopped up a little bit more, but that could have done with a little bit more age. But they probably didn't. But the brewery probably didn't want any more than the 6 months. Probably that was probably completely intentional on their part. But yeah, oaky, caramel, vanilla. There's a sweet undertone in it. but no sweet fruitiness that really overly pops out. It's more just the sweet from the vanilla and the caramel. And reset the palate for the wheat. Going in on the wheat. Yeah, that's more of a butterscotch. Definitely more of a butterscotch, but really soft. Yeah, it's sweeter, softer, more of honey. Yeah, sort of wheat bread with butter and honey. Um, Side of butterscotch. Which one's got a nicer nose though? Because like they both have a nice nose. I think the rye does. Mm. I think the softness of the wheat doesn't disguise the that Belgian blonde beer as well. I'm not much of a beer person, so I think I notice these things. Hmm. Kind of mid on the sweetness. Rye wins. Yes, the 8-year-old rye wins over the 11-year-old wheat. In my opinion, might not be your opinion, but that's my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes their own whiskeys. Yeah, I go with the rye. I think the rye is a lot nicer. It's has more going on. It has more character in the nose. The wheat it has kind of similar profiles um, in the vanillin sort of aspect of things. But this definitely has a stronger impact. It has a bit more character. The wheat's a lot softer, and it honestly it doesn't flavor profile like on the palate. The profile isn't quite as good because there is it's a lot more the yeah, the beer influence is a bit punchier. It's a bit more strong in the wheat over the rye, and yeah, I'm not that much of a beer guy. So why did I get beer barrel aged whiskey? Well, it's part of the adventure. It's part of the journey. That's really all it is. This is one big adventure. Next up from Highwood Distillery is probably going to be their 10-year Centennial blend. That will be next, and then we'll compare those to these, and then see what I like best from Highwood Distillers. They do make things other than whiskey. I believe they make vodkas, gins, rums, all those lovely things. So maybe sometime I will venture away from whiskey and then kind of and showcase showcase some of the other things that distilleries make, because a lot of smaller craft distilleries they do more than just the whiskey or just that, because whiskey takes a lot longer than gin to be able to present to the public, be able to sell to people. So it kind of makes sense. And if you've made it this far, I thank you for putting up with me, and give a like and subscribe, and tune in for some more videos. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year, and have a wonderful evening. Drink responsibly.